Hello and welcome to Learn with Swasti. Now, this video has been made for those of you who study in English and your main subject is English. And if you're taking the CTET, you'd have realized that we do know the pedagogy, but understanding the Hindi pedagogy question becomes very difficult for us. So I have made this video of 30 content words or expressions which if you understand the meaning of that, then you'll be able to understand the question which is being asked. Okay. If your Hindi is very good, then of course you do not need this video. You can go ahead and study other things. But if you have your exams coming up soon and you are struggling with Hindi and understanding what Hindi is, then these understanding these words will help you a lot. So let's begin. The first word is akalan. Akalan is used very often. Akalan basically means assessment, and the two types of akalan are rachnatmak akalan, which is formative assessment, and yogatmak akalan, which is summative assessment. So they'll keep asking as per the NEP राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति के हिसाब से आकलन रचनात्मक से योगात्मक होना चाहिए या योगात्मक से रचनात्मक होना चाहिए. So these are three very important words which you should know. आकलन, रचनात्मक आकलन, that is formative assessment, and yogatmak आकलन, which is summative assessment. The next other four bhasha kaushals or the language skills. The four language skills are Shravan, listening, Vachan, speaking, Pathan, reading, and Lekhan, writing. So you should know these four words, that these are the Bhasha Kaushal: Shravan, Vachan, Pathan, and Lekhan. These are how it is said in very Shuddh Hindi. And it just knowing these four LSRWs is very important to understand the question that is being asked. Next, we have Bhasha Arjan and Bhasha Adhigam, which is the equivalent of language acquisition and language learning. So, Arjan is acquisition, Adhigam is learning. अनुमोदित या अनुमोदन करना, जैसे कौन सा राष्ट्रीय शिक्षा नीति और NEP द्वारा अनुमोदित है, या शिक्षक को क्या अनुमोदित होना चाहिए. So approval, it stands for the word approval. It's a positive word which you should use. Pratipushti is another difficult word. Pratipushti basically means feedback. सो शिक्षक को प्रतिपुष्टि क्यों देना चाहिए या प्रतिपुष्टि का क्या उद्देश्य होता है, व्हाट इज द ऑब्जेक्टिव ऑफ गिविंग फीडबैक, दैट इज व्हाट द वर्ड प्रतिपुष्टि मीन्स. रचनावाद, कंस्ट्रक्टिविज्म. सो रचनावादों के हिसाब से भाषा का क्या उपयोग है या समाज का क्या उपयोग है. सो रचनावाद इज कंस्ट्रक्टिविज्म. संप्रेषण, संप्रेषण कौशल is expression. So the word संप्रेषण means expression, and भाषा में संप्रेषण किया के आकलन के लिए. So if you want to assess the expressive abilities of the child, what would you do? So संप्रेषण is another vocabulary word or content word which you need to know. बहुभाषिकता, बहुभाषिकता is many languages, multilingual. Being used in a lot in the CTET. Vastu Vishesh Shabd or content words. So the most important words, mainly the verbs and the nouns, which you need to understand. Like these words which I'm teaching you are Vastu Vishesh Shabd. So that stands for content words. Antah Kriya. I've added the colon after the H because in Hindi it is there after the ta. Antah Kriya basically talks about interaction. So there's samajik antakriya or bhashayik antakriya, interaction with language. This word also comes up quite a few times. So antakriya basically means interaction. Sanlagnata. Now sanlagnata is engagement. जैसे भाषा के साथ संलग्नता, engagement with language. teacher wants to improve engagement with language. So sanlagnata is another word which you should understand. It talks about engagement. Avadharana. Avadharana means concept, building the concept, building meaning. किसी भी कौशल के अवधारणा को विकसित करने के लिए शिक्षक को क्या करना चाहिए. So avadharana is concept. Upagam is approach. So this is used with other words, this upavagam or that upagam. I'll come to them. So upagam is approach. संज्ञात्मक. So संज्ञात्मक विधि या संज्ञात्मक विकास is cognitive development. So संज्ञात्मक विकास के लिए. सतत और व्यापक आकलन is the full form of CCE, continuous and comprehensive education evaluation. So सतत और व्यापक आकलन. Now this you have to be you have to know this. Agaman Vidhi and Nigaman Vidhi. Agaman is inductive, where you go from examples to the rule, niyam. So Vishisht se niyam ki or, and Nigaman Vidhi is deductive approach, niyam se Vishisht ki or. So you should know which one is which. Utpad Upagam and Prakriya Upagam. So this is which we use for the process of writing. You have the product approach, where the teacher wants you to write only the product and does not check the process of writing. So the process approach is of course better, where the teacher makes you go through all the processes of writing, the editing, the brainstorming. I have one slide on the names of those processes. So they are called the Utpad Upagam, that is production approach or the product approach, and the Prakriya Upagam, which is the process approach. In a similar manner, we have the Utpad Shabd Sampada, or Shabdavali also it is called, which is your expressive vocabulary, and the Gahaya Shabd Sampada. Gahaya means receptive vocabulary. So the questions come in which of the following is the Utpad Shabd Sampada, and they will give you Shravan and Lekhan, or Pathan and Lekhan, and you have to get the exact uh, kaushal or the skill correct. Okay, the Mudrit Samriddh Parivesh is the exact definition or the word expression for the print rich environment which a teacher tries to provide. Mudrit literally means print. Samriddh is, of course, flourishing, and Parivesh is environment. Sometimes they also call it Bhasha Samriddh Parivesh. It is still talking about the same concept of having a print rich environment. Sansadhan Samagri is your teaching learning material, TLMs. So Shikshan Sansadhan Samagri would be your teaching learning materials. These are two words, Vishleshan Karna, analysis, and Anuman Lagana, inferring, which you may not know the meaning of. So many a times they can ask you directly which of the questions में बच्चे का शिक्षा के किसको बढ़ावा दे रही है, विश्लेषण को, अनुमान लगाने को, and so you'll have to be able to figure that out. Sanketik Bhasha is sign language, Sanket and Sanketik. The usual question is, does sign language have grammar, Vyakaran? So it has a proper grammar. So that is about Sanketik Bhasha. Skimming and scanning. Skimming is सरसरी दृष्टि से पढ़ना. Okay, so सरसरी दृष्टि से हम मोटे मोटे चीज को समझने के लिए पढ़ते हैं. बारीकी से पढ़ना या उद्देश्यपूर्ण पढ़ना is what scanning is. Some question is given to you. Blood report में आपको पता करना है कि anemia है या नहीं. So that is your बारीकी से पढ़ना या कभी उद्देश्यपूर्ण पढ़ना. There's a reason behind why you are reading that. Declarative knowledge and procedural knowledge. So declarative knowledge is the knowledge that we have of facts. That is called Ghoshnatmak Gyan. And Karya Vidhit Gyan is procedural knowledge, where you not only have the knowledge, but you can show that you can use it. So that is Karya Vidhit knowledge, Gyan. So questions are asked on this. You should know which one is which. Again, the bottom up and the top down and bottom up. So is called the top down is called adhomukhi. Now this is a little confusing because in Hindi the word adho means down and mukhi means looking down. So mukhi is face. So you're facing down. So remember it like that. Adhomukhi is the top down approach, whereas the word urdhva means in Sanskrit means top. So you're looking up. Urdhva mukhi is bottom up. So you'll have to remember this. And this is the last slide where I wanted to tell you about the process. So the process writing, it has the process of brainstorming, outlining, drafting, revising, proofreading, and final draft if you're doing this in English. Whereas in Hindi, it is Manas Manthan, which is brainstorming, Ruuprekha, which is outlining, Prarupan is the drafting, Punaravritti is rewriting or revising, proofreading, they've kept it just like that. The Antim, Prarupan, Lekhan, that is the final draft being written. So this is the actual, usually the question is asked which of the following is not a part of the process or what is the correct order. You'll have to know this. So I hope this was helpful. In case you found it helpful, do put it in the comments and do give me a like. And all the best for your exams. Thank you for watching this video.